We saw the reaction on the sidelines from your teammates after that second touchdown. Take me through how that ankle breaker came to be.
I don't even know. I was just glad it worked out the way it did and got in the end zone.
You guys, as I said last week, you in particular, execution was the big thing. That was the big takeaway from that game against Alabama. How would you define your guys' execution today?
I thought we did good today. As far as executing, I think it started with practice when we got back and just attack practice and try to get better.
Some of the takeaways from these first couple of games have been the slow starts against Tennessee and Alabama. You guys were able to jump on them pretty quickly with 2 quick touchdowns. What did you like about the way that you guys were able to do that today?
Yeah, that was just the emphasis of starting fast and not being lulled or kind of lulling to sleep and just starting fast and get it out of the gate.
What did you see on that Dillon Bell throw down the sideline? That was a pretty incredible play by your man.
Oh, that was awesome. I'm glad he made the play for me. That was awesome.
Gunner, overall, you guys are 2-1. You still have shots of going to the SEC championship. What does this win mean for you guys? I know you take it one game at a time, but what does this win mean for you guys?
Yeah, it's a better feeling than last week. But I mean, a win in the SEC is always hard, and we're on to next week.
And then almost 200 yards past of you, a very high completion percentage. What were you seeing out there today?
Yeah, I felt more comfortable. I think it goes back to practice. After last week, we just went to work, and I think it paid off.
Gunner, you mentioned the emphasis on starting faster. What does that look like at practice to try and, or maybe just in the conversation that you guys have heading into a game to make sure that's something that you guys handle?
Yeah, just getting ready for the environment. And we knew it was a 12 o'clock game, and but it didn't really matter. We just always start fast and play our brand football.
Kirby said the other day, it's good to hurt sometimes after a loss like that, and the hurt makes you guys want to get after it. What was the biggest focus for you guys after that game against Alabama that you wanted to come out and execute?
Yeah, just getting our timing down in the past game and getting back to work. It was the biggest part, and not taking a day for granted.
You feel like you were back at Raven County, some of those runs there in the end zone today?
Yeah, a couple. I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
What was the biggest takeaway you had after today's performance with your offense?
Yeah, I think we started fast, like y'all said, but I think we executed a little bit better today, and still can get better at a lot of things. But I thought we did good today.
It's very hard to stop in the first place, so we always got a lot of confidence when Gunner's in. Yeah.
Gunner gets that first interception out of the way. What did you like about the way he responded after that moment?
He wasn't tripping on that. His mentality was, if he throws an interception, it happens. He wanted to let it loose, so yeah, he wasn't tripping on it at all. His confidence was still high. He was all smiles still. He kept us going in the huddle. I was talking to him like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, D-Bill." I was like, "Okay, bet," So it makes me feel happy, he's not even worried about that. So yeah.
Actually, there's a different feeling between a loss and a win, but last week it seemed like the conversation was all about execution, things that you guys maybe didn't do correctly. What was it about this week that allowed y'all to execute better, stuff that you guys handle yourself?
Just doubling down. That was our main focus this week, and for the offense, it's definitely FPE and just being physical. Everybody knows it's going to be a 12 o'clock game. A lot of people expect us to just be sleepy, tired going into the game, but nah, we had the energy from waking up at 7 this morning, so yeah, just doubling down on the small things.
What is it? You mentioned starting fast too, so you have to be able to do that, especially this hour. What was it looking like at practice? Maybe the things that you guys said, the stuff that coach had kind of implemented this week to make sure that you guys are ready for this early game and to start fast, which you guys haven't done really recently.
So Kentucky, as you look from the previous years, Kentucky is a very physical team. It's always a good game between both teams. So just being physical, we got to be ourselves. That's the standard here at Georgia, is being physical. And with our new DNA trait, FPE. You got to have FPE, especially playing at 12 o'clock. So yeah.
Is there any emphasis for you guys as a team or as an offense to try and kind of get out quick this week? It's been a little while since you guys have had a halftime lead like that.
I feel like we're just doubling down on the small things, We wanted to work on passing, and we just did that out there and executed. What was there, That's all. Just keeping the confidence high with our QB and our O-lineman.
What did you know you were going to be a focal point of the game plan coming in, or was that just kind of the call that came down?
It's just kind of the call that came down. When a play presents itself, you just got to go out there and take advantage of the opportunity.
What does it mean to have a game like this today?
It's a big blessing, We had a great church moment as a team yesterday, and I feel like the moment that he was talking about, Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, that really hit home for me, and then come out here to have a game that we did, it's just, it's a big blessing.
A great job, man. That's a testament how he's practiced, though, man. Chance to practice very hard. He ran the ball hard, in practice, so I'm not too surprised by that.
What are you going to tell your teammates about going to Auburn, playing in that environment, man? What are you going to tell people about what it's like to play in Jordan Hare?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I played in there my freshman year. It's a loud stadium for sure. So it's something the coaches get us prepared for that. So we're gonna go through that in practice and use things in practice to get us prepared for that for sure.
Naturally, a different energy after a loss versus after a win. You seem to be much higher spirits. How much is that just from the fact you guys executed more? That was a big thing that you talked about last week about just the stuff that you guys didn't do on your end. What was the kind of the emphasis over the course of this week and how did you guys execute?
Sorry about that, by the way. My last week, my engine was low, but man, just focus on getting better each and every day, man. I think we really did get better this week in practice, you know, and learning from last week. You know, it's not a loss if you don't learn, if you learn from it. So that's the biggest thing, man. Just start fast, starting better, execution. I'll start with executing.
What does a Kirby Smart week at practice feel like after a loss versus after a win? Is it a different energy?
I mean, if you come to a Kirby Smart practice, you know, win, lose, or draw, the energy's gonna be there, you know. But man, we knew. I think us as a team, we knew like what we wanted to do and what we had to do in practice, you know, and what it's going to take for sure.
CJ, what was it like for this team to start well today after having some slow starts? You know, some of the games in the past. How much emphasis was it, or was it good to go in the locker room and kind of, you know, head up a good bit?
No, I think it's a huge emphasis every week, to start fast, man. That's something we want to do. Be able to get a ball to our offense because we got a great offense. So the quicker we can get on the ball, the quicker they can score points.
Been it since spring. He's a baller. He runs hard. He's a great dude, and I love blocking for him. I love blocking for all our running backs.
What do you think's helped so far this season the most with Gunner's confidence?
When we get out on the field, he's just a pretty confident guy just to start with. I think he's a team player and he believes in everybody. He has no doubts about anyone who's out there with him. So we play hard for him and he plays hard for us, and we see that and we respond well to that.